Hey there internets, I'm Michael and this is Toucan Play That Game, bringing you a review of Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space Ultimate Edition by Osprey Games. So what is it? Well, let's look at the box. We have darkness, and we have a scared kind of guy in a spacesuit, and then this kind of might not come out too well on the camera here, but there's this shadow looming above him. So not surprisingly, this is a thematic game. It is a tense game about humans trying to escape from aliens in outer space. Wow, what a descriptive name this game has. Also, it says it's the Ultimate Edition, and that tells us that this is not the first edition. This is in fact a reprint. This game has had several editions and has been around for a while, and there's a reason that it keeps being reprinted. It's because it is a really good game. But what is that game? Well, I'm not going to go into the full detail on how to play because I have already done a how to play video for this, so you can go watch that. In summary, you each have these pads, and these pads are white clean and they give you maps, and there are 8 different maps in these pads, and you'll pick one of these maps to play on. Then you determine who is a human, which will have one of these blue cards, and also they'll get a special power depending on which human they are, and who is an alien, and they get one of these red cards. You'll do this randomly so no one knows who is who. So there is a hidden role element to this, as well as hidden movement, which just makes the thematicness of the game really good. But I will say, more people is better, and I'm going to say that several times in this video because it is really key to this game. So as I say, you'll pick your map, you'll determine who's an alien, who's a human, you'll then know where you're starting because you have different starting point depending on whether you're a human or an alien. If you're a human, you are trying to get to the escape pods numbered, and when you get there, you draw a card. If it's green, you escape and you've won the game. If it's red, it's not working and you need to go find another one. So that's very interesting. You know, you've got this whole kind of creeping your way as a human towards the escape pod, and then maybe making a mad dash at the end just to find it's not working, and it's a 1 in 5 chance. So there is a pretty good chance, especially if you're doing a large player number game, because there'll be 5, well, you could have up to 4 humans trying to escape, and that means that you could end up with a situation where you've got a 50-50 chance of escaping. So on your turn, you'll basically pick where you're moving to. You'll then write the coordinates down on here. If you move to a white sector, you just say silent sector, nothing else happens. If you move into one of these grey numbered hexagons, you will draw a dangerous sector card, and depending on the card you'll draw will depend on what you do. You could pick up a white card, at which point you will say silence in all sectors, and you put this in your hand. It could be nothing, or it could be a really useful item, at least if you're a human, because the aliens can't use items. So that's one thing that's really useful about some of the alien powers that allow them to use items, because it allows them to kind of go, no, I'm using an item, therefore I'm a human. And so that's really interesting. The other things you could draw this red card here. That means you have to declare exactly what sector you're in. You say, there is noise in this sector, no lying. But no one knows that you drew a red card. So they don't know if that's a bluff or real, because you place that then discarded face down. And if you've drawn a green card, you pick where you make the noise. So you then also discard this face down with no one seeing. So no one knows whether it was a red card you drew or a green card. No one knows if it's a bluff or real. Really interesting, really thematic game, you know, when you've got everyone round a table. And it's encouraged in this game that you do communicate as you play, that you're not just there in silence. But even if you are just all there in silence going, noise, etc. It creates this atmosphere of tension and excitement that's really good. Or you could have everyone bluffing and going, well, I'm an alien, you're an alien, and you've got that aspect of the whole hidden role thing that you might have in traitor games that's really exciting. And then as the game progresses and you get more information about where people potentially are, who's an alien, who's not an alien, the game just develops and is so engaging all the way along. As I say, this is a great game. Now, I've done things in a roundabout way, because normally I talk about the art and everything first, but I've gone straight into how good this game is, as I've talked about how you play the game, what the game actually is, because that's more important than the artwork. What I will say is that the artwork is nice. It's very simple, it's very basic, it's very raw. But that just all kind of helps add to that theme of the tension, of the darkness, that you're all just trapped in darkness, never knowing what's around the next corner. I really do love that. One thing that I do love component-wise is that they've got these 2 pages here of the rulebook where everything is listed out in detail. These are going to be the most used pages of the rulebook, and it's all really helpful. But if you don't need that full detail, you've got it all in your own little sheet, and no one knows what you're looking at this for or why. You can, on the back, see all the special powers. On each page, you have what the different items do, what the different card symbols mean. Everything you need to know is at your fingertips, which just helps the game flow and consistently work. And as we're talking about components, these books are fantastic. Now, in previous editions, it was paper, and every time you played, you had to print off more pages of paper that got wasted, and you had to find pencils and stuff. Now, they give you cloths to wipe clean and dry wipe markers, and you just write on here, and you can make whatever notes you want about where you think people are. Great components, an absolutely fantastic version of what is a great thematic, interesting, engaging game. But it's not perfect. And this is where I'm coming back once again, as I said I would, to the whole player numbers issue. Because this game really shines the more players there are. That as you add more and more and more and more players, it gets better and better and better. But it does also get longer. So there is that to bear in mind. What I will say is, can 2 play this game? No, 2 cannot play this game. Well, you can play it, but I really don't recommend it. It is a bad game as a 2-player game. It tends to just be, I got lucky and went the direction you went to try and catch you as the aliens, or as the human, I got lucky and you went in the wrong direction and therefore I got away. As you add more people, there's more cooperation going on, there's more tension. It is just better and better. Now, I would say 8 is the best number, and it's very rare that with a game, I would say the highest player number count is the best player number count. But that really is the case here. And I actually wouldn't recommend playing this with less than 4 people. Okay, well, that is my thoughts on Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space Ultimate Edition. I do hope that you found this video useful. Of course, if you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, as well as subscribing to the channel and sharing it with your friends and family. And do also take a look at us on social media. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.